And yeah, I got into what I'm doing in a way like by chance, a little bit by force from others. So yeah, I mean that's why I'm here. I'm a Nigerian American talent manager, also visual artist, based out of Atlanta, Georgia now, but I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. I would say like my main base type of paint that I use is acrylics. I use acrylic on all types of items, you name it, because just about anything like that I see that is bare, I just want to put my little spin on it. Because it really all started in like sketchbook, or I mean, hell, even my mom has like little pictures that I painted on her fridge. And like, I mean, in elementary school, like sometimes, not to like, brag on myself, but like I was the kid who won some of the like little art contests, because in my elementary school, Pontiac in South Carolina, they will have a contest in the art class for everyone to draw the teacher. Whoever had the favorite one, there will be like in the yearbook as the teacher's photo. So like I was getting that shit like almost every year, bro. That's what I look. He was like, all right, yeah, pretty nice. As time went by, like the artist who I was co-managing and doing creative direction for, 18 Vino, rest in peace, he kind of forced me to get a sketchbook, because the way that he would explain his ideas was just like so sporadic and like all over the place. It was just like, man, Chi, bro, man, get a sketchbook or something, bro. Like just like write what I'm talking about, bro. Like, cause you be forgetting shit. I was like, okay, cool. So once I started doing that, I started like drawing, and then I like came up with my own logo, and then like I just start sharing it, like kind of like, oh well, I'll just post it. So I start posting on my story, and then people was like, oh, this is cool, distinct style, da da da. So then I just like kept doing that, and that started like 2019, and then really last year of 2024, when I like went from sketchbook to a canvas. My first canvas I ever done was a 10-foot wall. So that right there like literally threw me into the water, and then from there I just like started taking art like a lot more serious. My main influence is Dr. Seuss, and then from Dr. Seuss it goes like Tim Burton, Shel Silverstein. The way that my like characters came to life though is I can't even really explain it, because it came from my dreams. The first time I ever drew the character, like my daughter was probably about like 2-3 months old, and like she didn't poop all day. So me and my wife, we were like scared. We were like, oh my gosh, you gotta take her to the emergency room. So we take her to the emergency room, and then I don't know why I brought my sketchbook, but I brought my sketchbook. I was just anxious, I guess. So it was like my safety blanket, and I just started sketching, and then came these beings with their head not attached to their mouth and having one ear. That's what happened, because I seen it in my dream, literally. I don't know what they were doing, but they were definitely alive. The first cover art that I ever like was a part of for real was 18 Vino Pablo. I creative directed the whole shoot and also like produced it. Like it was literally shot in my mom's garage. Like it was me, Vino, Nico, Ace, and T-Law, the photographer who took that photo. I looked up a whole bunch of iconic Pablo Escobar photos, and then I was like, damn, we can recreate all this in my mom's garage. So like brought into my mom's garage. We had like this one little white wooden plank, just like, I don't know why I was in my mom's garage, but you find random stuff in the garage. So we grabbed that, we started taking the photos, and then that's what came of the Pablo cover art. I mean, as I like mentioned before, like 18 Vino is literally the start of like everything that I'm currently doing today. Like he started it all off, from creative direction to management to art. Like that's literally everything I do now. The way that I got connected with Nali, I just started like posting my work to TikTok, bro. Like very fresh. I want to say like probably about like my 6th art post ever on TikTok. Like we did like pretty good numbers. I want to say like 12K likes. Nali was one of them. And she like commented, she was like, I really love this. And I was just looking like, okay, like the post is going up. So like, she's just another person saying that she likes it. Cool, amazing. I'm very appreciative. So I respond back and was like, thank you so much. And then I see she messaged me too. So then I clicked her profile. I was like, oh, damn, she has some pretty good numbers on TikTok. I don't know who this is. And then I found her Instagram. I was like, oh, wow, we have a lot of mutuals. I listened to her music just to see like, how don't I know about her? And we have this many mutuals and her numbers are looking this way. So then I listened, I'm like, oh, wow, she's fired. And then a day later, she was like, yo, I want you to do my cover art. I was like, I honestly would. Like, I didn't really care what number she said she could do. I was like, I'm down, just because I wanted to tie my art to something that had like, I want to say like a loose string. Like I wanted to tie myself to somebody with a loose string. And I wanted it to be somebody who I do not manage, have no type of management, creative direction, like affiliation with whatsoever. And also outside of hip hop and rock. Like I wanted it to be like a whole nother genre other than hip hop and rock. Nali like was so cool understanding. So like I did the whole cover art. I did a rookie mistake. I sent a picture of it before it was fully finished. So then like they had their thoughts and I was just trying to show them like, hey y'all, I'm making progress. And then they were like, yeah, this is cool, but like we don't want the background. I was like, no, I didn't finish like painting the bricks for real. Like, cause I like did bricks on the background originally and like it just didn't look clean yet. But I was just kind of showing them like what the characters look like. So then I was like, dang, they want me to put like a photo on the background. So they sent me a photo themselves, edit that they made themselves. And I was like, Nali, please do not ever alter my artwork. Like, this is my baby, da 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 da. You know, I was a little bad, but like I got over it because they literally put my art into a whole new space that I never would have. And that's why I love commissions so much, because it forces you to go to a place that you never would have originally, just like doing your own thing. So when they had the idea of like putting a background behind the actual characters that I painted, I had the idea to hit up my photographer friend T-Law. They was like, they wanted to feel New York. They wanted to feel that, da, da, da. So I was like, yo, T-Law, do you have any photos of just landscape stuff in New York? He was like, yeah, I do. He sent me a few. And then the one that we used stuck out so much, but then it was in color. And I was like, let's go black and white. So then we went black and white, and then that became the cover. And I was so happy that they told me to switch the background. Like, even though I love the bricks that I did, I was like, nah, this is way harder, like way harder. The playground that they gave me to play in was like New York. Now they gave me a few reference photos and I was like, yeah, I want to use this reference photo because like it just like feels so strong, and I'll replace the woman with you. You know, I'll keep the man the same, but my version of him. Like from talking to them and actually like starting like a day. I mean, like once I'm going, I'm like, I'm gonna finish in that sitting. Like once I started painting it, I was like, nah, I gotta finish this out. Like I have no choice. Yeah, because I just had to get that idea out of me. I listened to like the 3 songs like on repeats, like the whole entire time I painted it. Like I didn't listen to anything else. I wasn't going like silent, like no music, no nothing. I went those 3 songs on repeat until from start to finish of that piece. So like I was really just trying to like embed myself in that world because I wasn't too familiar with her. I was like, I gotta live this. Like I gotta really understand this project. So like I started hearing the lyrics from like RIP. Like RIP was starting to feel like my situation with my mom, like from like her finding out I'm smoking weed and she's like, oh my gosh, you're a fucking crackhead. Hold me close. I'm feeling like, damn, high school, early college relationship. All of it was like connecting to me. So I was just like, what do these sounds feel like to me color wise? I kind of made it to where it's like she was like a little bit like, okay, I guess so. I'm with this man. I love him for what he is, da, da, da. And then he's like, I'm too cool for school. Yeah, this my girl. Like type of like energy in the cover. So I was just like, yeah, I want to make sure that I depict that with these characters. And then I was even like, dang, bro, like I usually add like character to the eyeballs to show that they're like black. I add a little more like pigment to like their I don't know what the white of your eye is called, but whatever that is, I make it a little yellower because like black people, they naturally have a yellower tint than white people do because of their skin color. So it's like I put that in there just to make sure that people understood like this is a black person. The scans were a hoe. I still wasn't fully happy with the scan, but like now that it's like, you know, finished artwork, I love it regardless. Yeah, I had to make sure that the scan showed the real texture of the canvas that I was working on. Shout out Sabino, because I sent the scan to Sabino for him to clean it up just to make it super crispy, because I do not have the digital art skills. I am a physical art man. I do not fuck with the digital. It was really good because like Nali being somebody who like people are starting to really catch on to. And like also like people are starting to catch on to my art. I just feel like it was like really like our worlds like met and shook hands. We're like both of the new kids like coming into the game right now. Like I feel like Nali's gonna be like one of the biggest R&B like artists, period. But with Nali like being like, you know, one of the people who are coming into the game, it made it really easy to put my work with her work and then make it something new. Because I think that was really why like a lot of the people who seen it took it in as something new, something refreshing, because they were hearing a new artist, they were seeing new artwork. So it really came out like this was like just a whole new swag. Really, people like see my work on like TikTok, Instagram, wherever, and they're like, yo, you did art, Nali's artwork. I'm like, wow, that is so crazy that you noticed that. Yes, I did do that. So it's awesome, bro. Honestly, like it's one of my favorite pieces I've ever done. And it's not even like a real piece. Like it's like a digital mixed with physical. So that's a very, very tough one. That's a very, very tough one. The first person that came to mind just now is Andre 3000, just because like he's in recent memory. I would love my art pieces to be in these artists' home, like them actually using it for their project. I don't know, but I know if the right person hits me up, it could happen. But artist, Yoshitomo Nara, because he's old and he's still pumping out work. I gotta get with him. Ralph Steadman, that's another one I would love to get with. My other goats are already passed away, so I'll say best platform will be my website. As soon, because hopefully by the time this interview launches, my website will be completely done. It's very interactive and immersive, so people can be on there for a little while and even take something from it. But secondarily, I would say Instagram, because that's like how I use my, digital gallery or whatever. If you are just like a legit fan of my work, I say TikTok, because I show everything first on TikTok. That's my like literal like art finsta damn near.